Just don't complain. It's that easy.
Complaining. It's something that most of us do on a daily basis, and half of the time when we do complain, we don't even realize that we're doing it.
It's something that seems so normal to us in our day-to-day lives, but we barely ever take the time to realize what we're actually doing.
I mean, think about what complaining really is. It's literally just someone blabbing on about how annoyed they are at something that happened in their life. Doesn't that sound kind of just super negative?
We all know that complaining is this inherently negative thing, but we continue to do it as if it's so urgent for us to let other people know about some perhaps majorly annoying but minor inconvenience. But wait, Luther, I hear you say. Sometimes you have to complain to get something off of your chest, to offload some of that baggage that you carry around with you from day to day. To that, I would then say,
is that really true?
After you complain, do you really feel better? Or do you actually get more annoyed about that thing that you're complaining about?
How am I meant to make good videos with water on my lens? I can't. I literally have to wait for this to dry, and I'm not going out again until next week's, which is when I'm posting this video. So this is the best you're gonna get. I mean, look, if I was to complain about the rain, I would just get even more annoyed that it's raining, because I didn't really want to record this type of video today. I wanted to go and interview people, but obviously no one's coming out today because it's raining and it's cold as fuck. Yeah, don't complain. That complaining was kind of just me acting, but also half true, half me being a bit annoyed. But I just felt worse doing that, you know what I mean? Complaining just makes you feel so much worse than you should actually feel. Because if you just didn't complain and you kind of just push the thing aside and you move on with your life, you'll feel a lot better than if you were to complain. Because we don't need that extra negativity, you know? It's not needed. It's really not needed.
You see, complaining is just you letting something small completely ruin your day. Well, your day would only be completely ruined if you decide to complain about that thing that annoyed you for the whole day. But even if you don't spend the whole day complaining, when you complained for a few minutes to your mates the other day, you felt more negative emotions than you would have had to. And not only that, but you also shared some of that negativity with the people who you were complaining to.
Have you ever had a friend who never stops complaining? You know, that friend who has to complain about every single little thing that happens in their life? Yeah, they can be annoying as fuck, right? I mean, you can literally feel the negativity emanating off of them whenever they complain, which is a lot of the time. Paradoxically though, me talking about people who complain too much is technically me complaining that they complain too much. So I'm gonna stop doing that.
My point here is that complaining is something that we don't need to do. And not only that, it's also somewhat emotionally harmful to ourselves and to others around us. There's really no need for us to prolong our annoyance towards something and for us to then share that with other people.
It really just doesn't sound like a healthy or positive thing to do now, does it? Maybe something really bad did happen to you, and maybe someone did do you wrong, but complaining about these things doesn't solve anything. It just enhances the emotions of the situation.
Sometimes you do have to grieve because, hey, shit happens. In those cases, yes, take your time when grieving because sometimes you have to. But even in these situations, I still don't think you should complain. Yes, you can tell other people about your emotions and how you feel, but that's not really the same as complaining. Complaint has an inherent sort of maliciousness to it. The emotion at hand during complaint is more so anger rather than grief or sadness. It's a lot more forceful.
But at the end of the day, the only thing we can really do is move on and go on with our lives, because staying stuck in one place, being perpetually annoyed about one thing, isn't really a solution to anything at all.
It just makes you a captive of the past. But hey, I'm not going to pretend to be that perfect human being that never complains, because just like everyone else in the world, I'm flawed too.
Sometimes I can find myself to be in such a negative state that complaining seems to be on autopilot.
You just start complaining before you even realize that you're doing it. But usually what happens now that I actively try not to complain is that I catch myself in the act and I stop myself as soon as I can.
Because, like I already said, no one needs that extra negativity in their lives, and it also just makes me feel worse. So really, there was no point to complain in the first place.
My aim with this video is not to get you to stop complaining entirely, because I really don't know if that's even possible, but instead my aim is to hopefully get you to be more conscious of how much you actually do complain. You'll hopefully complain just a little bit less than you used to, so hopefully the world can then just be a little bit more of a positive place to be. Because let's be honest here, there's already enough negativity in the world already. At the very least, we can try to limit our complaining so that we don't spread even more unnecessary negativity into the world.
Leave a comment down below of your thoughts on what I have to say about complaining. Remember to like and subscribe.
This has been Luther, and here's your reminder to never stop learning. Peace out.
I can't read this shit with the rain on it, but usually what happens now that I